here, guys. We are back here with another video this week, and today we're going to be looking at the top 5 abilities we can put our T4 ability mats in. So if you guys don't know what T4 ability mats are, these are the orange materials you basically use in order to get the last stages of each ability for your characters. So everyone's aware of the blue ones and the purple ones, and the orange ones basically push your characters into the last tier, and some of these can be very game changing. So today we're going to be looking at the best ones that we can invest in, and again, these are only available in very limited supplies. You can get them at the end of your alliance raid seasons. You can also farm them on your daily challenges, but you only get like 9 in a week maximum. And on top of that, you can also right now you can get it in the Ancient Coast and recurring milestone awards, so you can get them as well. But again, you only get 5 per milestone, and in the grand scheme of things, that's like nothing. So again, with a very limited supply, we want to make sure we can use these to the utmost best of our abilities, and we want to make sure we get the most out of our buck. So without further ado, let's look at the abilities that we're going to be putting these into. Alright guys, so when we're talking about any beginner series set and we talk about ability materials, we gotta have the defenders in here. So this is gonna be the first team a lot of people are gonna have already unlocked. This is gonna be one of the first teams people get up to, get up as a full team before anything else. And again, defenders is one of the best teams right now, even in meta. These guys are tough to beat, even on Alliance Wars. You gotta use a meta team or an anti-meta team. And even in raids, these guys do really well in, and on top of that, they also do real well in blitz and arena. So again, this is just a well-rounded team overall. And the first ability we're going to look at here is Daredevils. So again, his passive enhanced senses. So this is the first one I would upgrade, and in my opinion, one of the better ones because of the fact that it gives your entire team speed. So other than Punisher, you've got Iron Fist, you've got Jessica Jones, and you got Luke, and obviously Daredevil himself as well. They're gonna move faster. So any turn-based game with speed involved, you gotta have something that increases their speed. So even when 5% doesn't sound like that much, it actually is a decent amount. And again, if you're playing in blitz mode and you're up against another defender's team, this might give your team the edge because of the speed. Or on top of that, if you're in Alliance Wars and you're getting countered by another defender's team, if they don't have this passive unlocked, your team might be the one to go first. So again, this is a great pass, and you want to make sure you can get this unlocked ASAP. Next ability we're going to look at here is Iron Fist. Iron Fist is passive as well. It is such a great ability. It's called Son of Kunlun, and again, on spawn, all defenders heal for 30% of this character's max health. So again, this also heals city allies, so it isn't just defenders, but if you're dealing with Alliance Wars and it's a surviving defenders team, well, guess what? Everyone's going to try to focus Iron Fist first, and if he survives, guess what? The whole team basically gets a nice little buff on the start of the turn. And again, this is a great sustaining passive, especially for Alliance Wars. And on top of that, it doesn't just stop there. It also adds a nice extra damage for each defender ally as well. And on top of that, it has an extra 10% healing for self and specified allies. So again, this increases healing and it provides that on-spawn healing. So again, great ability for Alliance War, great ability for even if you're, Fear the Darkness. If you're doing Fear the Darkness as well on spawn and you got Iron Fist, booyah. I've got my Iron Fist. I've got him as 13 as well, and I've used him in Fear the Darkness, and again, it just helps out really well with that extra healing that you need. And I mean, if you got Minerva, it's fine, but in Fear the Darkness as well, that extra healing is very appreciated. So again, great ability. Make sure you guys wrap it up. Last but not least, we're going to look at Jessica Jones on the defender side, and again, rejection. This is her alt, and this is amazing. So if you're in arena, if you're in Alliance War, this is one of the best abilities to rip off taunts and buffs. So again, this rips everything off. Even if you have it at level 6, it rips like 2 or 3 buffs, which isn't bad. 3 positives, that's not too bad. But again, if you have it to the final stage, you can rip everything off. So if you're playing arena and you've got a fully loaded Juggernaut, this will rip everything off of Juggernaut. This will rip everything off of Thanos. I have had, this has worked on Colossus as well, but it's been a hit or miss. Colossus has a lot of resistance, and that's why I think there's some issues with that. But again, if my Jessica Jones is severely higher than the Colossus that I'm up against, she can rip everything off of Colossus as well. And again, this is just one of those skills that you want to get leveled up ASAP, especially if you're in your early stages. You got Nexus going on, you got Cosmic or Mystic, and this will rip all their buffs off and break the taunts, and then you can attack all the squishies. So again, get this one leveled up, guys. This is a great passive and definitely worth the investment. Next one here we got is Mordu, and this is a little bit of a doozy one because a lot of people don't realize it, but his Mesmerize ability is so good. So if you level up to the final stage, you basically get a 100% chance on stun. So you've got a turn 1 stunt. A turn 1 stun. Now this comes in very handy, especially in Alliance Wars. People always tell me, oh, you know, Mordu's not that great, but in terms of Alliance War, he is one of the best characters on offense. So his stun, depending on where you place it, can be very, very strategic and change the tide of battle. So for example, if I'm up against a defender team and I'm using a non-meta team, I always have Mordu inserted in there because his stun can basically block Luke Cage's taunt, or you can use it to block his defense up. And again, depending on where you strategize and time it, that can basically change the entire outcome of the entire fight. And again, with Luke Cage, I know he always defenses up on his first turn, so again, I always use that, and then he gets stunned, and guess what? You can basically take out the squishies. You can take out Iron Fist and Punisher without having to worry that they're going to get the defense up from Luke Cage, and this makes fighting defenders very easy, especially with this one passive. With this one ability. On top of that, he has a 50% chance to blind up to 3 targets as well, and 50% chance to slow 2 targets. This is such a great ability, and people don't realize it. Again, I've used him with shield teams as well, and if you combine him with Scarlet Witch, you got the heal block there, you got Scarlet extending the heal block, and then you can throw the stun in there to stun Nick Fury, and boom, you've got a non-meta team destroying a shield team. And again, this is going to be very strategic play with his ability. So you got to make sure, this is such a great ability, people don't realize how good it is. And I invested it early on, and I needed it for the campaign with the Thunder God Thor, and I think I was in Cosmic or Mystic, I forget the node it was, but again, to unlock Vision, this was great because you can stun him or you can blind him, and then you combine that with Loki. It was such a good, easy fight because of that. So again, make sure you guys put it into this ability early on, and you also need more to unlock Phoenix as well, so you might as well start putting him in here. I've also got him in Fear the Darkness as well, and the stun has worked out very well strategically in very nice locations, like stunning Ultron, stunning Miss Marvel. It's just too good to pass up. So again, guys, this is one that definitely put your money in. This is a great one to have. Last but not least, we've got Shield Medic here, and this is a great passive. This is one of the better ones in my opinion, and again, just you've got Shield Medic unlocked early on as well, so you've already got her, and this one works really well, especially with raids, and especially with if you're in Alliance Wars. This can really help out your shield teams. So on turn, 50% chance to heal the most injured ally for 20% of their character's health. So this is great because it applies a 2 regeneration and a 50% health. That is insane. So if you got Nick Fury on there, it's going to give an additional regeneration as well. And this is where, especially with Agent Coulson coming out right now, getting this one leveled up is going to be really game changing. 50% chance is really good, especially if everyone's trying to take out Agent Coulson. This is going to basically help bring his health back up, and basically a 50% chance. It jumps to 50% once you get it up to the final ability, but it's also a 20% chance without it. So I mean, it's not bad, but you're basically bringing it up from 1 to 5 to 1 to 2. So that's the ratio you're bringing it up to when you upgrade it. So again, great passive. People don't really realize how good of a passive it is because it is on a minion, but again, it's a really good one and one of the better ones to upgrade, especially if you're early on, and it'll help out with raids. It'll help out with if you're in blitz as well with your shield teams, and again, it'll also help out in Alliance Wars if you're using a shield team as offense and even defense once we get Agent Coulson unlocked. So hopefully you guys found these useful. Hopefully you guys found these ability mats interesting. And if you guys want to comment below which ones you guys got invested in, by all means. But these are the top 5 that I would put in. And again, these are really great because these are 2 characters that are already readily accessible to the free-to-play community base. And on top of that, these ones will really push those characters into a new stage altogether. So let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, guys, good luck with the Agent Coulson milestones. Everyone's grinding away like crazy. And other than that, guys, happy gaming.